Welcome to the garage, or welcome back to the garage. If you're not a subscriber, please consider hitting that subscribe button. Today we're doing video number 2 in a two-part video series, I think, with the ABS control module, which is right there in this 2000 Subaru Impreza 2.5 RS EJ25 motor. And normally there's a scoop right here, plastic scoop, air intake that then follows air into the air intake for the engine, but previous owner got rid of it at some point, which is great for me right now because it gives me clear access to the ABS pump and control unit. It's all one assembly, or is it? We'll find out. But in the previous video, I explained what's going on with this car, why I need to replace it, how I diagnosed it. Go check that out if you're interested. But we are going to try and see if we can separate the electronics unit from the pump unit. Don't mess with the brake lines, just replace the electronics unit, and hopefully that solves our problem. This is the replacement ABS control module I bought. You really can't buy them new anymore. And if you can find them new, I'm sure they're super expensive. I got this one used off of eBay. But this is what it looks like up close. Electronics unit and the pump unit. You've got your 4 brake lines going out to the car. Go here. Inputs are here. And there's 2 nuts that hold it into the car. But the money shot here is that there are 6 Torx tip fasteners. They use a T15 Torx tip to hold the electronics into the pump unit. So if we disconnect the electrical connector at the bottom of the control unit and take those 6 screws out, we should be pretty easy to take apart, separate apart the pump and the electronics control part. So I made a video on replacing the electronics component of the ABS module in my 2011 Jeep Wrangler, and on that one I have to get it VIN matched by the dealership, even if you do this yourself, and it's a lot more complicated. This one coming off the Impreza, you don't. You just need to get it plugged into the harness, and the car should work with it just fine. And it's really simple. There's nothing special when you pull it apart. You just got solenoids that are looking to actuate the valves. Now, of course, what I don't know is whether it's a valve in here that's failed on the pump module, or whether it's the solenoid that's failed. There might be some different diagnostics that I could do to really solve that, but what I'm going to try to do instead is install this new electronics module onto the pump module that's already in the car, so I don't have to deal with the hydraulic side of things. But we'll have to see if we can get that accessible in the car. So let's go take a look at that. So taking a look at the pump in the car, you've got the electrical harness right here that we need to disconnect. You've got a nut on this side, a nut on this side, and it's holding the pump into a bracket. You can see it right here, and that bracket is mounted to the body, and it's got grounding and all that sort of stuff. And then you've got 6 brake lines coming off of the pump, and all those brake lines come together, and then best I can tell, they are not secured to anything on the body, but then they branch off and they start going in different directions once we get back here. I'm not going to be able to get a T16 Torx tip. Like, I can get one here, of course, maybe down here, but down at the bottom, I don't know that there's probably no way to get it down there when it's in the bracket. So I'm going to have to pull this out of the bracket and then see how far I can get it away from the bracket if I get a tool down there, because the last thing you want to do is bend those brake lines, and you will make yourself a whole lot bigger problem than just having disconnected them to replace the entire pump. The electrical connector on the ABS is a little bit fancier than most other connectors. You're going to take, if you can do it by hand, great, but otherwise I use a pair of needle nose pliers to pull away from the front of the car that black kind of knob thing, and that will unsecure and loosen the connector, and then you can just pull the connector up and free from the ABS electronics. Next, I'll take a 12 millimeter and loosen both the nuts that are holding the pump to the bracket. You don't have to remove them completely because the bracket, at least on mine, is slotted. And finally, there's a grommet in the bottom of the pump that's over top of a post on that bracket. So you need to pull up with a little bit of force to free up the pump from the bottom of the bracket. Okay, that came off pretty easily, way easier than on the Jeep that I was working on. But one thing I learned is that these bolts that are on the side of the pump, they are just held into the pump with posts. So be careful you don't lose those as you take them out. With the pump free, let's take a look and see how much room we have to work with. Um, I think get this wire harness out of the way. So I can get a pretty good amount of access. I think even, yep, I can feel both of the screws in the back as well. So I think I should be able to do what I want to do without overstressing the brake lines. So I've got my T15 Torx bit. I'm going to go after the hardest ones first, which are the ones at the bottom, see if I can get those removed, and then work my way to the top. And if all goes well, I should be able to pull those two parts apart and pull the electronics out. So the answer to that question is yes, you can get all 6 of those screws out. This is the tool stack up I use. It's a T15 Torx on a 1/4 inch ratchet set with then a 3/8 to 1/4 inch adapter. So that gives me the length that I need to be able to get around the plastic here. And then I use my 3/8 inch ratchet to loosen it. And then once I get it loose, I can take the ratchet off and just take them off by hand. And by far, the hardest one to get, but you can get it with some patience, is down at the bottom closest to the front of the car. That one, the access is really challenging. And also see I got a piece of wood that I've set underneath the brake lines so that they're resting on that. It also helps me make sure that I don't take the brake lines off of that wood and run the risk of bending them too hard. So now I'm going to try to separate the electronics, and then there's a connector down at the bottom. Got to figure out how to get that off as well. Okay, so obviously I got the electronics off. Hooray. That wire harness at the bottom, it's actually clipped to the bottom of the electronics unit, so you need to pull that off the bottom once you do get it unclipped. And I'll show you about unclipping it here in just a second. But first, I just want to look at the pump part numbers. You can see, if I can get it to focus, 27531 AC06, and then it's got a C6 stamped on it. And that C6 is important because that's how you know it's a pump for a manual transmission. And looking at the one that I bought, it's got the same 27531 AC06A with C6 stamped on it. So if I need to install the pumps, that should be just fine. They should be interchangeable, and the electronics units should be as well. All right, so now with the new pump that I'm hoping I don't have to install, just show you that wire harness. This you need to pull back, and what I mean by that is you need to get a screwdriver in here to pull these plastic tab away from the electronics housing. And then to show you how they make it more difficult is so that plastic tab is going over top of this little keeper. That's no problem, but there's this plastic ledge. So you really can't come down with a screwdriver. You have to do like what I did in the video, come in through the side and then pull, wedge it in there and just pull this tab back, and then you can push the connector down out of the way. And like I said, it's clipped at the bottom right there as well. So you just need to free that up, and then this will come free. And this is the solenoid unit off of the car. I assume it's original to the car. And then this is the one that I bought off of a Legacy, I guess. And they look the same size, same everything. So I'm going to go ahead and throw this into the car. Not going to waste your time to show you that. It's just put the screws in, get them snugged up, don't over tighten them, and then make that electrical connector, and you should be all set getting this installed. Something I just realized for these bolts that hold the pump to the bracket, they actually have flats on them. You can see right there. So you need to make sure that the flats are lined up for the slot in the bracket, because if they're not, then it's not going to fit into the bracket. And now we'll mate up our big electrical connector, and then we can go test it out. To test this, I just hook up the 2 grounding terminals to the black diagnostic connector and the driver's side footwell, and put it into the diagnostic mode. Turn the car on. As soon as the ABS light turns off, I step on the brakes, and the ABS should run. And I go into more detail on that in the video I did prior to this one on diagnosing ABS trouble. So take a look at that video if you don't know what I'm talking about. But let's go give it a shot. Well, the diagnostic ran, so the pump ran, so that's great. The electrical connections work, the computer can talk to it. I also do not have the ABS light anymore on the dash, which I had before, even after running the diagnostic with the other control module. Maybe that's a good sign. Maybe that means that it just hasn't talked to the whole ABS system yet. I don't know. So I'm gonna go do some test driving. I'm not gonna call it successful yet. I'll make another video if I end up having to replace the entire pump. Hopefully I don't have to do that, and I can just update the video description with the final story or pin the comment to say that this was indeed completely successful. But fingers are crossed right now. This is how to go replace the electronics unit without replacing the pump itself. Hopefully that is helpful. It'll apply to Legacies, Imprezas, a whole bunch of other cars as well. If you have any comments or questions, leave them in the comments section. This video probably turned out to be a little bit longer than I intended, but I wanted to try to explain everything because really I don't think there are I could not find a lot of or any videos out there talking about this sort of thing. So please let me know what you think. Until the next video, and hopefully it's not ABS pump replacement video, y'all take care and have a good one.